So as I said at the close of the last video, I was just going to finish off the electronics and put the pickups in, which are already mounted in the scratch plate there, and then put the neck on and see how this thing plays. But I just thought I would pause to acknowledge that sometimes little things go wrong, and it's frustrating at the time, but you can fix them and move on. When I put the scratch plate on with the pickups loaded, the cavities were just a smidge too narrow. And in particular, the corners were a bit tight. Excuse me. So yeah, that meant getting back into the woodwork, which I thought I was done with, getting out the router and using a template with a pickup-sized hole in it. And I'm just looking here thinking, what's wrong with that corner? I haven't routed that edge yet. As you'll see, that corner is much larger, much deeper than that one. So I will just do that final edge. Then I will proceed to put the scratch plate on, wire up the pickups and put the neck on. Okay, let's get the rest of this hardware on. Then when the scratch plate is on, with the wires from the pickup going through to the back, I can wire them up. So let's start with the earth wire. This is going to be a pain, isn't it? Here we are. And let's pin this down with some copper tape. All right. Now, if my routing is as good as I hope it is, this will fit on perfectly. I will just tape the pickup wires together so they can go through the hole as one piece to the back. That should make it a bit easier to feed them through. Excellent. Now I can't see the holes on the other side of the scratch plates just now because there's copper tape covering them. I just want to poke through that tape at a couple of places so that I can make sure everything is lined up properly. Good, good. Right, let's attach this. Nothing needs to be done up super tight on the front. You'll just damage things if you try. Usually that means stripping the slots and the heads of screws, and that's annoying, so don't do that. All right. Now it's a matter of hooking up wires at the back. The dumb part. As I expected, as this was one of the first fretting jobs I did, I think I may have done 2 before that. No, I don't even think I did. 1 before this. So this could be the first or second fret job I've ever done, because it's an old neck, you see. The fretting's not amazing. Well, I mean, you know, the leveling isn't amazing. I have a tool now that I didn't have then, a fret rocker, which is really handy. It's basically just a set of different length straight edges, different lengths, because you need different lengths as you work your way up the fretboard. So if there was a high point there, that would be rocking on it. There's not. And that's okay as well, but it's a little bit of left and right movement there. A very small amount. There isn't there, but there is there, which just means that that fret in the middle, number one, is not a consistent height, but number two, at some points is slightly higher than that fret there, and that can cause fret buzz. So I've identified 3 frets below the 12th fret where that's a problem, and it's quite a frequent problem above the 12th fret. So I'm just going to spot level and then recrown and polish those frets, but I'm going to just gently, just slightly re-level all the frets above the 12th fret. Doesn't matter if that makes them slightly lower than these frets, because these are higher up the fretboard, so that won't cause any buzz. And then I'll re-crown all of those and polish them. So I want to put this on the record. So I said that I got a pre-wired guitar harness from China on eBay. Did I mention eBay? Well, that's where it came from. So I was being very modest. I said I don't want to take full credit for the wiring. I only had to fix a few parts. I take that back. Those are the original pots that were in there, and they're going into the bin along with the original switch. It was a load of crap. It was just very poor quality components. So I replaced everything. I replaced the pots with pots that I think also came from China, but which cost a little bit more. They had longer shafts. They just seemed like better quality. And I replaced the switch. Actually, I replaced the switch twice. I got a bag of switches, also from China. The first one I put in was faulty. Swap that out. That one that's in there now seems to work. So anyway, all the wiring is mine. I take full credit for every part of it. I don't necessarily like wiring any more than I did before, but I think in future I will just do it all myself, because there were some, well, they weren't quite tears, but it was frustrating. Okay, all I have to do now is stop repeating myself. Well, I'll cut the slots in the nut as I put the strings on. I mean, the slots are there already, but I'll cut them to the right depth as I string it up. At that time, I will also put in, I think, if it seems that I need one, I'll put in a string tree for the strings 5 and 6. And then we'll be done. I'll finish this video here. There is something more that I've decided I want to do. Before I go ahead and string it up, I'm going to make one more change, both to this guitar and the way that I approach bolt-on necks in the future, but that's really a video unto itself. So I'll see you again soon.